Dr. Eugene Stead is the founder of our profession. Back in 1964, he started off with Navy corpsmen, and there was 3 Navy corpsmen who went through the initial program in 1965, and then they graduated in 1967. The American Academy of Physician Assistants began in North Carolina. Again, North Carolina is the birthplace of the physician assistant movement in 1968. In 1976, a group of PAs came together to form the North Carolina chapter. And these were people who were active in the American Academy of Physician Assistants already.
So both NCAPA and AAPA are incorporated in North Carolina. So we have a really rich history here of the PA profession. We are a membership organization. We reach out to practicing PAs in the state, and we want to provide that continuing medical education and also to protect their job in a sense and what they're able to do for their patients. So we rely on our members to be members, to actually join and to be involved with our governance, with our committee work, and to help reach out to our students as well, because you're only in school for a couple of years and then you are potentially a fellow member of this academy. We do have a very large percentage of student members that we want to reach out to in a very proactive way, a very intentional way, so that they will see the benefit of joining this organization when they are out of school.
When I first decided to become a PA and then got into PA school, I knew that this was going to be a career that I expected to have for the rest of my life. And so because of that, I wanted to get involved in a professional organization that was really going to shape how my career would be. And I know that organizations like the NCAPA are going to have a big impact on how I practice in 5 years and 10 years and 30 years. And I wanted to make sure that I was part of that conversation. And I think it's important to get started early as a student, especially because a lot of this is going to impact us not only in our student years, but then when we become a PA. And because I feel that students are the future of the profession as well. We can learn a ton of stuff from all the PAs who've been practicing, especially in North Carolina, where since it's the first state that had PAs, that this sort of institutional knowledge is beyond compare. And so to be able to get involved early and then gain that knowledge and continue it throughout your career was really important to me.
I think it's important for students to be involved because it's all a part of the learning process of becoming a PA. There is so much more that I've learned being a member on the board, different legislative actions being taken or different problems that are arising or what's new that's happening in the profession itself. So I think it's just really important as a student to continue your knowledge at that level, not just clinically based or in school.
The NCAPA's mission is education and advocacy. We do advocacy in a number of ways. We basically are the voice of PAs in the state, and we look after our colleagues in terms of looking after reimbursement from various insurance companies. We look at legislative issues, and we look at regulatory issues. A great example of this was in 1993. There was a huge potential roadblock to our profession. There were rules that were promulgated by the North Carolina Medical Board, which would have essentially made the profession impotent in North Carolina. You would have had to have a physician looking over your shoulder everything you did. The NCAPA helped organize through a public hearing of the medical board. As a result of that, basically, we were able to rewrite our rules in North Carolina, and we modeled them after the AAPA's model legislation, which is why we have the phenomenal regulations that we have in North Carolina right now.
I think being involved in the NCAPA has been a great opportunity for me to meet other PAs in the state, to network with people who have a lot more experience than I do. I've learned a lot from a lot of different PAs. I've learned to be a much better advocate, and I've learned about advocating for PAs. I've learned about advocating for myself. And I think those are all really important things that I've learned by being a member of the NCAPA.
We are always looking out for not only our patients, but for our colleagues in the profession. So we want to make sure that PA practice is protected and that our patients are getting the care that they need and deserve. So as an academy, we are very active looking at laws that are coming into play that will help protect the profession, to advance our practice, and to make sure that patients are getting quality care.
You just get so much guidance from the members of the NCAPA, so I think that joining helped me to just kind of understand better what my life was going to look like when I became a PA, and then it continues to help me because I can always go to one of the senior members if I have a question about, is this typical for a practice, or should I be thinking about something else, when I'm seeing a patient with such and such, and it's just really helpful to be able to glean knowledge from them.
North Carolina began developing its educational offerings very early in its inception, in fact the first year. We did that because we knew that education was important to our colleagues. We are the best in the country in terms of giving our fellow PAs education. We have 2 conferences a year, one that's held in the summer. Started off the first year we were around. We moved that throughout the state for the first couple of years until we got smart and realized in the summer everybody wants to be at the beach. So in 1981 we moved our summer conference to, at that time it was Wrightsville Beach. Phenomenal conference, very family friendly. We fortunately or unfortunately outgrew all facilities in North Carolina, and we had to move our summer conference to South Carolina, down to Myrtle Beach, where it is still today. We have now over 1,000 participants that come to our summer conference from as many as 32 states across the country. In 1986, we developed the first recertification conference for PAs in the country. That is here in Durham. We, again, are proud to say that we were the first ones across the country to do it. Though a lot of people have copied our format, we continue to think what we do is the best of anybody in the country.
Our conferences are, first of all, a lot of fun, honestly, to attend. A lot of great networking goes on, and it's a great social time. But the point of our conferences is to bring quality continuing medical education to our members, and even to PAs that are not actually members of NCAPA can still attend our conferences. With the avenue of online continuing medical education, we are exploring that right now. And making sure that we're reaching out to members and to practicing PAs in many different ways. So if they can't actually attend in person, but it's easier for them to do a module online or something like that that would be more feasible with their work schedule, we want to be able to provide that as well. We're really fortunate to have our own building as a state academy. We have our meetings here, we have student events here, and it really just helps us to run in a very active way. And to be reaching out to PAs all across the state and to be active in our legislature as well.
Future is bright for the PA profession. We continue to add more and more programs throughout the country. There are more and more students graduating. There is more and more job opportunities. When I graduated PA school, we were basically knocking on doors, begging to get a job and taking whatever we can get. Right now, most PA students, when they graduate school, have 2 to 3 job offers awaiting for them when they graduate. The future is very good for our profession.